Hello, everybody. Welcome to the New Earth AC. This is the third time today we've come on with a community chat. And so we have our last guest on today. We have Kathleen Sherman and Bonnie Bird's here as our host. And Bonnie, do you want to take it away and explain what Kathleen is on here for today?
Yeah, we want to. Kathleen's been on before to do a unity circle, but she's coming to do another unity circle. So we kind of want to just reintroduce and so you remember who she is and just kind of talk about some of the things that she does. And I've known Kathleen ever since the beginning because she kind of wandered into one of my Reiki classes, and we've been best friends ever since. Well, groups of best friends ever since.
I thought I was your best friend.
Yeah, a better word for it is soul sisters, because we have just felt like family ever since. And so and she's just an amazing person, and she's an amazing healer, and just I'm going to let her tell her about herself and what she does. She does a lot of clearings, house clearings, you name it, she does it. So I'm going to let her take it off from here.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Robin. It's so much fun to be on again. It has been such an amazing experience. Bonnie, when I first met you, I was like totally green. I think I'd read some books on like mediumship and stuff. And when I was a kid, I was reading Sylvia Brown books and, all kinds of different things. But when I came in and I was like, "Oh, you teach Reiki?" I was like, "Okay, I want to do that." I was so green, and Bonnie like taught me from scratch. She's just amazing. So.
I was like the little kid in the candy store, though, because it's like I recognized my soul family, and I just wouldn't shut up. And teaching with my sister, she's more like everything goes A, B, C, and she was like, "You guys, we got to keep moving on."
I know we have to get in trouble sometimes because we have just too much stinking fun together, because It is so much fun to do the work that we do and help people. And now I'm a teacher and helping people and doing readings and clearings, and just like Bonnie, you said, it's like all kinds of things. And it's so much fun because I call myself a quantum shamanic medical intuitive, and I am a Reiki master. And Spirit wants me to call myself an Akashic channel, because I get information on past lives and all kinds of different stuff, just like out of the blue. And I never knew it actually until just recently how that happens. And now I understand a little bit more about the Akashic records. And I know that I am, and actually, Bonnie, I think you told me that. She said, you had told me one day, you said, "You're just a channel." And I said, "That's true." And I just have like a straight connection into the Akashic records.
Direct, so. Yeah. And she gets like everybody who works in the Akashic records do it in their own way. And Kathleen just gets she gets what she needs. Her guides tell her exactly what they need to know, and she don't have to mess around. She just goes right to it. And I mean, but she still knows how to go in through hypnotherapy and also do the regressions too, if that's what you need, because some people need to actually see it, feel it, and be in it. And so she can do it. She can do it all. So it's really amazing to go in and to have one of her sessions. You should tell them where they can find you at if they want to have a session.
Yeah. Oh, yep. She's got it on the banner too, I think, right? Yep.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Healing. Awesome. Yep. Healing with Medical Intuition at outlook.com is, or Healing with Medical Intuition website. And you can get on my website and you can book all of your own stuff. You can book sessions. You can book sessions up to an hour and a half, hour and a half. And then you can also book mentoring sessions, mentoring and teaching sessions. So I've been doing a lot of that. I also teach classes on how to do what I do, which is a combination of shamanism, medical intuition, psychic abilities, and mediumship. So it's a combination, because what a medical intuitive is really kind of everything. You kind of have to do everything. You're seeing with all of your senses, seeing, feeling, sensing. You're using all of those senses to get information psychically. And it's so funny because I really kind of did this work all my life. I just didn't know that I was doing it. I just thought, oh, this stuff you just know stuff because you just know stuff, or you just get visions in your head. And I just thought it was how everybody was. And so really, I always said, I kind of I did awaken like around close to 40 years old, but I was getting psychic information all my life when I'd work with patients at the hospital and all kinds of things. And I would use my gifts and abilities that I just thought I was just talking to people, and that's just how it is. But sometimes that's just all you need.
I also think that spirit put you there because you ended up being a medical intuitive, and it gave you the language to speak.
Yes.
And so that you could understand what you were seeing when you'd go in and do that x-ray vision and go through the body. And you also had the language from all the different tests and scans and stuff that people do. And so now they can, because spirit will go, if they use your brain like a Rolodex, they'll go in and they'll pick out what you know and help you do what you're doing. And I feel like all that was preparing you, even though it was a long, drawn out career and it wasn't something you really loved. But there's a lot of information and wisdom that you gained from that you'll have from now on. And thank God it's in your rearview mirror.
Yes, yeah. And I'm thankful for that. But they also, in spirit, they'll show me like in video clips in my head, which is really cool, of what I need to know for that person, for that client. And actually I had that back then when I was working because I worked in a local hospital in Kalamazoo for 20 years. And just recently, last October, so it's been a while now. I quit, left the corporate world, and I've been just doing healings and readings and teaching since then. It's been absolutely amazing. But yeah, so those are the things and it's so funny because Bonnie knew me back then. And back then I thought, oh, I'll never, right before I met you, probably, because the world shifted. The universe changed what I thought I was going to do with my life. And I thought, oh, I'm really happy doing what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, I am not happy doing what I'm doing. What is going on? What am I supposed to do? And then learning Reiki, it just really opened me up, and going through. And
you always know when it's time to move and shift, because all of a sudden you don't like it no more.
Yes.
All of a sudden you've gotten what you need and it's time to move on. But your heart knows that, but your head says, oh no, I need insurance, I need to pay the bills, I need to stay here. But if you don't move on your own, eventually spirit will find a way to shift you out of there.
Yes.
So it's easier to just go with the flow, and when you know it in your heart, you're ready, and just walk out the door.
Yeah. And trust me, and going through ascension, and that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to do the Unity Circle about ascension tips and tricks, things that you may experience, things how to move forward. And I'm going to be channeling the masters with some information about ascension and our lives, basically, and how to move through that. And I went through a heck of a time, really, really leaned on Bonnie and my friend Nancy and Robin, everybody, because I was so unhappy. And sometimes the universe kind of really just makes it so unbearable. You just can't stand it anymore. And I was so there. And I'm like, oh,
same thing with my earth job.
Yeah. And so they make you, it gets so uncomfortable that you just want to scream, and you're like, but you have to, okay, no, I'm learning how to be a master, right?
Zen it out.
Yeah. So, but that's what they,
I tried to stay so hard that they kept throwing really horrible things at me. And one of my guides said to me, is this the way you want to live? And I went, no, then walk out the door. So I did.
Yes.
And I never regretted it.
And on that same topic, even when you're doing exactly what you love, I actually just got done doing a video blog today talking about it. When you're doing exactly what you love out there, and then all of a sudden it could get like taken from under you, and like there's always a reason for it. Like, for instance, we were running our a business, and we were doing everything that we love to do, and then it got taken away because of the whole lockdown and all that kind of stuff. But now, after a year of it, I realized that actually I don't want to do those things anymore. I don't want to do what I was doing the way that I was doing it. And so I accidentally got it kind of ripped out from underneath me, what I thought I was really doing what I love to do. and to redirect me to do something more of what's in my heart.
Yeah, they like having you reinvent what's in your heart, you know,
Mhm.
closer to your heart.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, because before that, I was just doing the art side of it, and I wasn't delving into my love for crystals, my love for it was always just a hobby, you know, like on the side, and my love to do the work that I'm doing and the meditations and all the stuff that I'm doing here with all of this. And I never did any of that. I was all focused on teaching classes and coming up with projects for people and trying to keep people to come back, and then I realized, you know, that's not what I was in, what I started doing this for. I did this so that I could create from my heart and still be able to have an income coming in, kind of thing. And
right.
so I think I was secretly, because I know that there was times before all this that I was sitting there, like when I was cleaning up after people, and I felt like this isn't what I signed up for. I didn't sign up to be like someone's cleaner and prep person. Like all I was doing was prepping for other people's projects, never having enough energy to create my own things. And I thought, this isn't what I signed up for. What's going on?
But see, there goes to show that spirit is listening to your heart.
Yeah.
And as soon as they see that you're unhappy, they start to look into what will make you happy. But then the human in us goes, oh no, don't change anything. You know, I'm afraid. So we have to learn.
And then we grab onto everything and go, God, no, I'm gonna hold. That was
I know,
me
it's so
for
crazy.
a long time.
Because then when you get on the other side of the door, after you get done scratching down the door and you get on the other side, it's like angels singing and light. You're like, what the heck was I doing that for?
I know when I was actually sitting around the room, I was actually so upset, like last October. I started throwing artwork around the room. I was like, you took it all away from me. You took everything, my whole dream all away from me. You know, and I was so upset and so mad. And then like after I kind of readjusted and had my little pity party for myself, then I realized, wait a minute. You gave me exactly what I wanted. I wanted time to be able to delve into all the things that I wanted to delve into that I wasn't able to do because I was spending all my time doing this other
Yeah.
thing. So
So, you know, do you imagine what our guides and our angels and everything are thinking? They're thinking, probably, what a spoiled little brat.
it was like me and a spoiled brat. I was like, here I got all this time in the world to do what I want to do, and I'm throwing things around going, you took it away from me, my dream. My dream is gone.
But then
We get to reinvent it all the time, though. That's the cool thing. And if you decide you don't like something, you do it for a little while. You're like, crap, maybe I don't want to do that.
that's the best.
I'm going to shift that again.
Yeah, and
that's
they're
the
getting ready
best
to
thing.
open us back up again. And like Bonnie wasn't I was like cleaning my studio because I was like, oh no, people are going to come back again. And but then we made a decision. We sat down and we said we didn't want to do any more classes anymore because we were tired of jumping through hoops trying to keep them coming back. And we were like, it was awful. Like it was ridiculous what we were doing to try to keep people in the room. And as soon as we made that decision, I went out and I started throwing away all the projects that people left behind. And my husband was like, you know, they never came back to pick them up, but they don't really care about them. So just throw them in the skip, and we'll move on with our lives. And I was like, I can't throw these people's projects away. And what happened, Bonnie? I said to you, I said,
Yes,
Bonnie,
you did. Someone called. Hey, do you have my project?
I was like, we threw that away. They were like very disgusted with me because I threw away their project. But I'm like, you didn't. It's been 2 years since you came over here to like to
Yeah,
talk
but
to
see,
us.
but it's
That was
important
plenty
to
of
get
time
that.
to throw that away by then.
Right.
Yeah, and so we're not a storage facility, and so then I said to Tim, I said, and he said to me, he goes, "This is the reason why we're not doing classes anymore."
Yeah.
He says,
But you know what
"Babies,
the guy
and
felt?
feet, that's all we're doing."
As soon as he threw it away, he felt the cord cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
But
that's
luckily, I
why
threw
he's
it away in
gone.
the back in a big, huge pile. So
was able to find it.
He did find it and like gave it back to the guy, but it was just kind of like, nope, this is that just because that happened and that guy came back and he was the hardest person to deal with. It was like the whole time that we were teaching him, it was the hardest. He was so like he would come for a 1 hour class and pay for 1 hour and he would stay for 3 and we'd have to be giving him tea and coffee and all this stuff to try to get him to come back. And and it was just and trying to do all these awkward things to like make him happy. And we're like, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're not wasting our time with that. We're just gonna, do what feels right. And we're not gonna try to reinvent the wheel anymore.
Exactly. And so, that's what makes it so much easier is when we go with what Spirit's trying to show us and we stay in the flow of things, and it makes things, you can move on to the next thing really easy. It's just when we start putting our hands and feet out in the doorway and Spirit's got to shove me through the doorway, that's when it gets messy.
It was really hard though, because like we created this, we did this like we did all of our own elbow grease and we created it. And then I was really mad. I was like, you took it away. And I was just like really upset.
If you asked them to. That's so crazy. We don't see, it's weird because we have two narratives going at all times. Has anybody ever noticed that their heart's always speaking and then their mind is always speaking, and your mind is saying this, that, and the other, but your heart really knows what you really want. And so God's listening to your heart, and that's how it all starts to shift. And when your heart's not happy, then he'll bring in whatever it is, or she'll bring in whatever you need. And so, this up here, it's the one that gets in fear and starts fighting and kicking and throwing a fit.
Of course it does.
And, we have to talk to our little kid in our head and say, listen, this is for us, not against us. Now walk through the door like a big girl.
Yeah. Setting intention is a big thing. They've been really talking to me about setting intentions too, with how your day is going to go, how your life's going to go, how everything's going to go. And sometimes we do get stuck in that, oh God, that fear mode or anything of a lower vibration. And once you kind of dial it back up and you go, oh yeah, I kind of forgot already, like you just get sucked into those old ways. I even did that today. I was like, I was irritated and I'm like, what am I doing? Oh yeah, get myself back out of that. What am I doing? Raise it back up.
Yeah, but it's amazing when everything kind of gets taken away from you, what you really come back with, what you really actually need out of like the things that you were doing in your life when everything's ripped away. And I think I was shown that this year. Like I had a really difficult time with the swimming pool issue, with not being able to use the swimming pool, didn't I? And I finally got to the state, like Bonnie kept saying to me, Robin, you're going to have to find another way to cope. Like you're going to need you need to find another way. Like I couldn't meditate unless I had the shush of the steam room. Shh, that sound. I had like I was looking all over the place to have the sound of a steam room so that I could like meditate. And she was like, no, you have to learn another way and everything. And so I fought it for the longest time. And I've finally gotten to the point where, okay, I guess the walk is going to be the thing, right? And doing the stretching. And now they're giving me my swimming pool back. As soon as I said, okay, I guess I'm not going to have the swimming pool anymore. And I got to find a new way. And when I really like let go of it and found a new way to cope, then they're like, okay, she knows how to cope without the swimming pool. Now we'll give it back to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You have to learn how to adapt, really. It's adapting to everything.
Yeah, and you can meditate anywhere, really, if you just let your mind relax and know that you can in your heart. You go into your heart garden, you can go anywhere.
Yeah, you can, but like I wasn't. I literally couldn't do it unless I went into the steam room. That was the way.
Yeah, you can now, though. You can.
Oh, I can now. Yeah, now it's easy peasy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's really exciting. It's going to be exciting because Kathleen's circle is going to be about all these ascension tools and about how to cope and, when your emotions are running high, what to do, how to raise the energy. I must be channeling it because I'm just saying what's coming through my mind.
We're really bad because like Bonnie and I, we always put up the events, and I do the picture, Bonnie does the events, and Bonnie sends me a thing there. Was it yesterday or the day before that?
Yesterday or the day before.
Was it yesterday, I think? And was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday. I don't know, whatever day it was. And maybe it was yesterday. Was it yesterday?
I think it was yesterday. It
was and she's like, we scheduled Kathleen, and I'm like, and she put a picture up because I'm the one that does the picture, gets the thing ready to go for her. And she puts the picture up anyways. And I was like, and when was this supposed to be happening?
Tomorrow.
And she's like, it's this week. And we forgot to put it up. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I go and I do it. And I was just kind of like, so we were kind of really bad about the schedule. I don't know what happened, Kathleen, but we didn't advertise you very, very well, but
that's okay.
Let's bring her on and let's do a chat so we can tell everybody what you're doing.
I figured we'd get through the chat and then I'll put the event up after the chat.
Yep.
The event isn't even up yet.
So they don't confuse the chat with the event. You know what I'm saying?
Yeshua, and Yeshua this morning, because I was like, it was so funny. I had forgotten what I was going to do it about. So it's just been one of those things. It was actually kind of funny. I messaged Betty, like, what was it that I was going to do? And then Yeshua came to me and he's like, it's ascension tips and tricks. I'm like, oh yes, thank you. Ascension tips and tricks. And then he said, well, because, I don't have to do what we do, we just channel. So we're like, what are we doing again? Okay. And then we do it when we get there, because we've been, doing this for a while. We've really lived through it. And so a lot of times they'll have me, the way I teach is they'll be like, tell them about this story. Okay. So I'll tell a lot of my own stories on things that happened to me and that I stumbled with, to move forward. And then, but Yeshua this morning, he came to me and he's like, well, I'm going to be channeling some new information, some messages for the public through this unity circle. And I'm like, okay. And then Mary Magdalene came in, and then all of these ascended masters came in and they're like, we're going to be given 2 cents in. And I'm like, okay. So I think it's going to be kind of a fun, it's like tips and tricks from the ascended masters. So
yeah.
Yes.
How cool is that?
I know.
I'm excited.
So I'm curious to see what we're going to do. And it's the fun thing is when I went to Florida and I was supposed to do this big channeling like for an hour, 2 different days, I was like, usually I'll write stuff down. Like Bonnie, we'll go, okay, what are we going to talk about? What are you going to channel through me? Okay. And then this time they were like, nope, nothing. We're not giving you anything until you're just going to channel it that day. So I've learned to stop trying to do that because they like it to be kind of spur of the moment and just go on and say, okay, this is what's coming through. Boom. So it's completely unique, completely tapped into source energy, and giving a little bit of a lesson from each one of those ascended masters that want to come in for them to help give you what you need at that time to help you move forward. And it's interesting because we've all been, Robin, you're talking about cleaning out. I have been cleaning out and redid my kitchen this week, in the last couple of weeks, like all kinds of stuff. And it's like all of a sudden stuff that you've been looking at is like, I can't deal with that anymore. I'm not looking at this anymore. Oh, and I'm like ripping everything in my house apart. I got it back together.
Yeah,
it's time to get that old crap that we've been just letting slide for a long time, or just wasn't our.
I got a little bit upset with my guides there because at the beginning of the week, so like I spent all last week cleaning the studio. Like we ripped everything. I ripped everything out down to the corners. Like everything, and redid everything, and. Then what did I do? I pulled a card there a few days ago. It said clean, right order, clean your house. And I was like, I don't want to freaking clean my house again. Why is it telling me to clean my house? I already cleaned.
I think it's about more cleaning up our lives, cleaning up the things that have been that have been stagnant for us for a long time. Mine was a lot of my mother had passed in 2014, and it was a lot of the stuff that I've been holding on to for others and stuff like that. And I said, no, I'm going to give it to somebody who nobody's wanting it. You know, it's time to give it to somebody who will use or who want stuff. That's too much stuff. And so it's like just getting rid of that old stuff, because we're making room for something really new and big right now. So it's time. It's like spring cleaning, almost summer. It's late spring cleaning, but
Absolutely.
energetically in our lives and our psyche and everything, just getting rid of all that gunk we don't need anymore. Because you can't hold on to it. It's in the physical and it's in the spiritual, you know.
It's almost like to move to the next level, you need to get rid of everything that doesn't exist in the new timeline.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Everything, like literally.
They almost explain it to me like, if you don't go and organize your things and let us know what you love, in the shifts, in the timeline shifts, things just won't be there. You'll just lose a lot of your things. So it's best for you to go through and look at what do you love and what are you willing to let go of, so it's just not done for you.
Yeah, maybe that's why I got that card. I better go clean my house.
I know, and I'm still not done yet. It's like I looked at my drawers and I can't close them because I've got too many clothes and stuff. I'm like, oh, I still got it. Okay, there's something else. It's like you have to just, if the things pop up for you, tackle them, because it's something that's holding you back.
Well, we have this cabinet in our house that it's stuffed full, and we have all these drawers inside of it. It's like, you know, the junk drawers. Well, there's usually like one junk drawer, and then there's two drawers where I know like kind of like what's in them, and it's so bad. We couldn't when we were doing stuff in the other room, we were looking for stuff, couldn't find it. And Timmy says to me, he goes, you know, we could take one day to like organize this whole thing, take everything out, get rid of everything we don't need, and then we can find something when we need it. Because at the moment, you can't even find tape. If you needed a thing of tape, where is the tape? I don't know. You have to go through like 3 drawers and take everything out, and then the drawer falls out onto the ground and everything's there. You just slam it back in and you don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
So it's just getting organized. And also it's all about energy and vibration. Remember, everything bounces off of everything around you. And so when these heavy energy shifts and all this stuff is coming through, if you've got everything organized and everything in their place, and it's, you know, it's like feng shui, the energy can run through you and through your house or whatever it is you're in a lot easier.
And like and like if you want to, like for me, like I'm creative, I haven't made anything out of my clay in a while, and I think half of it is because I don't know where all my tools are. Everything's just all over the place. So by cleaning the studio, I got everything all in one spot, and then this room that I work in here, I'm gonna make like a little kit up for everything in here so that I can just like work on something instead of having to go find everything. I think that's what we need to do. Yeah, I guess that card was like telling me what I needed to do, but I didn't really like it. I was kind of like, I cleaned enough already. I don't want to clean anymore.
Absolutely. I know. But you know, the more we do it and the more we organize, the better off it'll be for us in the end. You know?
Yeah. Isn't there something that they say about something about your house? Like if your house is clean, then your house is clean on the inside. Like if you walk into somebody's house and they have piles all over the place, this is the way you are. Like when you're on your inside, you can't do anything. You can't get anything finished. You've literally got piles inside you that are like stopping you from getting anything done. You've got too much stuff like all over the place.
Yep.
And what is that called? There is a saying about that. Do you know what the saying is, Bonnie?
I can't really think of it offhand.
There is a saying about it. Something about keeping your house in order keeps your
house is a something house.
I can't remember what the name of that is.
It's about keeping your temple clean. too.
Yeah.
The same aspect. And it's so funny you said that. And it's like I was getting rid of furniture. I'm calling people. I'm like, come get it, or I'm giving it away. Come get it. Come get it. Come get it. Come get it. I'm like, it's got to go now. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's got to go for some reason. I'm making room for something, even though if you don't know what it is. Get excited because whatever it is going to be awesome.
You're making room for the light. That's what you're making room for.
Oh, okay. They're telling me it also is like when we dump stuff, when we dump stuff energetically, like lower vibrations, dense energy out of our energy field bodies and things like that. It's the same thing. It's like making room for more light space for the light so that explodes with light instead of that dark gunk that held us down
Stagnant
in the physical
energy.
and in the emotional and spiritual, all of it.
That moves that stagnant energy out of there.
Exactly.
Well, I'm looking forward to your Unity Circle on Wednesday. And yeah. So
and that's going to be 1:00 Eastern time.
1:00
this Wednesday. I think so, right? Yep.
6 p.m. EST. We have two Unity Circles coming up this week. We have yours, and then we have Alara J, and she's going to be at the same time on Thursday. So you're on Wednesday, and she's on Thursday.
Awesome.
Yep. So it's going to be lots of fun. Yep. Get those events out there.
Yes.
Yeah, Bonnie.
Yeah, I only got to get Kathleen's. Laura's is already out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for inviting me on again. It's so much fun. The last time I did one on house clearings, and that was kind of fun at Halloween. But yeah, this one's going to be, that was like some ghosty stories. But this time I'm going super high vibe this time, going up to the Ascended Masters and probably some of the Archangels, because I definitely, and it's so funny because we were just talking, I've got Archangel Metatron that I work with a lot of the Archangel energy. Which is like, that's right behind Bonnie too. We all work with Metatron a lot. And so you never know who's going to come in. It'll be just fun. We just call them plays because it's so much fun. It's definitely not work. It's just fun. And
what is her name today? What is the lady there? Adironda. She calls it plurk.
Yes, plurking. Yep. Play plus work equals plurking. Exactly. Yep. I absolutely love her. She's amazing.
I do. I like her.
I got a little tiny selenite one.
You guys got a chance to meet her. Did you guys get a chance to meet her?
Yeah, we got to meet her.
Yeah, we got to meet the whole group.
It was really fangirls for the whole Cryon group.
They were probably like, oh, those girls were creepy. Yeah, we were like, oh my god, it's so cool.
Yeah, we were being like really. I'm trying to get my.
I can only imagine Lee Carroll's in there, and the two of you come up.
We had to get one of those.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Mine's at my shop.
Hers is a lot bigger though. Hers are huge. I don't even know how she like does that when she channels. She's like all on one foot and everything, and it's all.
I've never seen her before because I always listen to audio.
Oh, you got to see her in action. She's amazing. She's like, I don't even know how she's doing that. She's balancing on one foot, and she's got these swords a going. She's got two of them a going. It's amazing.
Wow.
Anyway.
There were custom swords too. They were really big, custom, and they were really cool. Mm-hmm. They had ornate stuff on them, I thought, didn't they?
I think they. I think they did too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I can only imagine what Lee Carroll was like when the two of you went up to him. And like, hey, will you sign my
sword?
Sign my t-shirt. Here, sign my t-shirt. Or
no, we had our books. We said, will you sign our book? And he said, well, first, he said the author, he wanted his wife to sign it first. So she signed it. And then he signed it, and then Kathleen said something to him, and then I said something dorky to him, and then we went to turn around, and then we went, oh, we should have asked for a picture, and then we both went, no, we're too dorky, and we just.
He would have taken a picture. I think he would have taken a picture if you asked him.
I think we were making him uncomfortable.
He's like, oh, these girls are creepy.
I know.
We kind of felt like creepers that day. We were the total
really awesome, and it was really fun. I mean, I was glad that we'd done that. It was a really cool experience. Yeah. I even stayed.
I hope they come back to town. I hope they come back to town again. I'll definitely go again. That was fun.
Oh yeah, they go every year. They're in Grand Rapids. We should go. We just didn't. We just miss it.
I don't know.
we
I
really
was
missed it.
saying they've changed their schedule now. They have the Healing Wednesday every Wednesday,
Mhm.
and I noticed that they haven't been going anyplace.
Yeah.
They stopped it for a while, but I'm hoping they'll, because that was 2018, I think, Bonnie, that we went to, that they came to Grand Rapids. And so
No,
we're
it was so
Michigan.
long ago, 2018. Wow.
I think it was 2018. I
think he came to Ireland in like 2016.
Mm.
And I went back and listened to the replays. I was like, wow, he was right in my town. I didn't even know it. If I had known.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so if you look at the 2018 Grand Rapids one, we're the old souls in the seat.
2018 Grand Rapids.
We were
Okay.
Grand Rapids, yep.
We're going to be the old souls in the seat.
I love it when he says that. He says that to everybody when they're there. You're the old souls in the seat. Not only the old souls in the seat, but the people that will be listening to this. I know who you are. Or something like that. I know who's here.
I have to say, I honestly don't listen to hardly any channelers. I would say I'm pretty similar to Lee Carroll in the fact that I don't listen to other people's channeling very often. But I listen to him. I listen to him. And I listen to their whole group, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And Esther Hicks for sure. And a few others, but most of the time I do have to say, but I really resonated when I started. At first, it's funny because when I first listened to Cryon, though, I was like, I was not there yet. It was like too out there, too woo-woo for me, as Nancy would say.
Which is so funny because he's the tamest one out there.
I know.
But I mean, when you're beginning, if you think Cryon is woo-woo, then you're beginning.
I was. And that's what I was
one other
first
person
starting.
that I listen to. Have you ever heard of Amanda Ellis?
Yes.
Yeah, I
love Amanda. I do. I've been following her since I'm like her stalker. If I ever got a chance to like be in the same room with her, she'd probably be like, "Oh, like go away! Like you're too much, girl." You.
Yeah, that's what happened to us too. Well, look at you guys. We've already made it to the end of the hour. It's 3:56.
Oh,
very punctual.
Wow.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having me on. It was so much fun to get to talk to you guys. You guys are my soul sisters for sure.
Oh, for sure.
That was so much fun. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And I can't wait till this Wednesday.
Yeah, it's only this week. So.
I'm excited.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I just want to say one more thing because I want to so Adam put a little thing up. Oh, look, because I know how to do this now. So we cover up Bonnie, and he says, Kathy is amazing. Can you see it, Bonnie?
Yep. You can see it.
Been fortunate enough to work with her on some clients of ours. So
thank you, Adam.
Also, you want to let everybody know that you're going to be on Hearts of Change Collective because she's one of the hosts.
And Jen says, yes, Kathy is amazing. Let me see that. Tomorrow we have a banner that we can put up for that, I think, unless I had to get rid of it because I had problems. Oh, look, tomorrow you guys are going to be, I got to get Kathy out of there. How do I get her out of there? Hide. So Hearts of Change Collective on Facebook on Monday, May 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
we'll be doing a group channeling. Quite a few of us. Yeah. So it should be another high vibing, super high. Usually by the time before we even go on, we're all like, oh, because just our energy connecting. And then, with the healers that come on and then we come on and we're like, bam, 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 bam. So much fun. It's like fireworks.
Yeah. So that's what's happening. So that's like the little bit of I just wanted to do a little bit of what is it called? I'm so tired I don't even know the words.
PR.
Yeah. So I guess it's a bye for now, and just thank you, Kathleen, for coming on, and thank you for hosting another Unity Circle for our people, and hopefully many people will attend.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much. Thanks for bringing me on. Love you all.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.